And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
We just heard some Geth Prime Hourglass.
And unfortunately, we opened that track up tonight because as of yesterday, the frontman of Geth Prime, our friend Derek, has passed away. So we wanted to give some recognition to the band and once again to Derek for fronting an awesome band and to show his talent. So.
And then we heard Mechana, Ethereal Rain off their new album that dropped this Sunday, which was the first of the year. And that was called As Embers Turn to Dust.
As Amber turns to dust?
As Derek turns to dust. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. Derek sitting next to me with always a sleeveless shirt. And we are here with tonight, rescheduled. We finally got him out
over
here.
and over again.
Savagery.
What's up?
Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and who's missing tonight?
All right. I'm Braulio. I play guitar and vocals.
I'm Gus. I play bass.
And who are we missing tonight?
Are the guitarist and drummer. Yeah.
They don't have names.
They don't have
Nope.
names?
They're just
Slaves.
clones. They're just clones of...
Just
Okay.
question marks?
Yeah, clones of me. And
Okay.
Gus, yeah.
All right, so we've been trying to get you guys on for quite a while now, and scheduling conflicts, we finally got you guys here. Give me the story from the beginning. So you were on, Braulio,
A long
time ago with Morgan Le Fay,
In
Yeah.
a galaxy far, far away.
That was like in
And-
2012 or something.
and you had long flowing locks.
Yeah, I did.
And you know what's funny is I saw you walking down the street across.
He had a leather jacket,
leather
too.
jacket.
He
Like a
was
black
all like
tumbleweed, that's what you
Derek
saw.
and...
And it was funny. We're like, that's Braulio. What is he doing? And we're like, we're during the show. So if you listen to, you'd have to listen to every old show when we scream your name out from inside the booth.
I think I remember that. I was just like, hi. Like, just waved at
You guys you just walk by. You're like, where's that song? Why is he's right there? Why does he just walk over here? It's all good. That was quite a while ago. But now you're back, new location, and with your band, you were actually in Savagery back then also,
Yep.
and you were just filling in for Morgan Le Fay,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
right?
I
He
was,
didn't
yeah.
even know what he was doing.
I didn't even
with
know why I
Morgan
was
Le Fay.
there.
I think
No,
you.
it's true. No, I was filling in for because they needed like a second guitarist, so I temporarily was just like, well, I play guitar, so, and I was around, so
Just
why
kicking
not?
it. So Savagery has been around since when?
like 2011.
2011. And is this a different lineup? Is original lineup, same lineup? What have we been doing since then?
Well, Gus is a new addition.
Gus,
He's been with us for like a month.
Yeah,
you brand
He's training
new.
and
my baby.
Oh.
training and like getting like the songs down
Suckling.
and stuff and
Chuckling.
Suckling.
Suckling,
Oh.
Morgan.
Oh.
The
I heard
Savagery
chuckling.
teat.
sucking out some riffs, But yeah, and besides that, Byron, our guitarist, and Josue, our drummer, we've been basically like the band.
So they do have names.
Yeah. Like we've been like basically like writing stuff since like we were in high school, like in 2008 and stuff. So and then we didn't start playing shows until 2011. So
Oh, damn. So it's been a while.
yeah,
But in that time, you've released a handful of CDs, correct?
yeah, most of them are they're all demos and EPs and
So what did you guys give me from the beginning? What did you release first? Because we got. I think Morgan downloaded every
I
single
tried.
thing.
I tried to
that's-
get everything Savagery I could find.
yeah. Well, the first thing we released was our demos, Bullet Belt Invasion. Like I was 16 years old when I chose that title, so.
Bullet Belt.
But it was cool,
Invasion.
when I was like 16, I had like super long hair. Like I actually had a bullet belt, so I was just like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. This is what I want to name my first demo, Bullet Belt Invasion. And like we were all about it, like Josue, Byron, like we're just little kids, And
Do you still have the bullet belt?
I actually sold it, but I still have one bullet left. From
Do you
You
want a
ripped it
bullet
off?
belt? I have
I
a
did.
bullet belt that does not fit
Yeah,
me.
it's heavy as fuck.
It's
Yeah,
bullets.
It was heavy, yeah. That's kind of why I only wore it like maybe like once.
It
and then-
tears
it
your
a-
clothes.
It wasn't an efficient belt, I assume.
It's more for style than it is to hold up your pants.
I wore
Torture.
mine to school.
So then that came out. So all right, let's go back even farther. How did you come up with the name Savagery?
How'd you come out of your womb? No.
We want the
Well,
dirty deeds.
Well, I remember like we were just sitting down. It was me, Josue, and Byron, and at the time it was our other friend. His name was Tony, and he was trying to like play bass for us, but it never worked out. But anyways, so we're just sitting in his kitchen, and we're just all like thinking of names and stuff. And one day I was just like, "What about Savagery? Like I don't know, it sounds cooler than just savagery, you know?" And then my drummer was like, "Nah." I was like, "Okay, then what about Savagery?" He's like, "Nah." Like he didn't like it. Like they didn't like the name. But like we couldn't think of it. Was probably like a whole month that we were just like sitting there, just we're just blurting out like random names like
Well,
Explosion, like
Dude, Savagery sounds badass.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's taken it before.
yeah. Like there are some bands that I've seen now that have it. Like this is a band in India that somehow they always like. There's like this app. It's like I think it's like Bands in Town or something like that, and they like we're confused for them basically. Like whenever we have a show here, it's their logo and stuff, but they're from India. It's really strange, and they don't even play the metal. It's like some rock stuff. It's it's kind of funny.
Now, I wonder if they do shows that your guys' logo would pop up.
Anyway.
They
But
just adopt it, merge into a single being. Savagery.
Savagery Squared.
Prime.
eight members,
Or Savagery Prime.
international, Savagery International.
Savagery Inc.
International. I
I
like
like
it.
that.
No, but yeah, so I don't know. It just I guess it stuck because we couldn't come up with any other name, and then I was just like, let's just name it Savagery. Come on, guys. Like we don't have any other name. Nothing else sounded cool, and everything else that they thought up of was kind of just weird. And it's me too. Like I came up with some weird names that didn't really sound cool.
Like what?
Could you remember
there was-
any of them?
Yeah, I do. We always laugh about it. Like there was this one name. Like I think my guitarist Byron. He was like, "What about Throwdown?" And I was just like,
That's taken.
That's a hardcore band.
Yeah. At the time, we're just like, no. And then I remember he was like,
Their fans punch people.
yeah. I think there was one that was like Dethroned Cross or something, some weird shit. And then
Too close to Deep Throat.
I think
Whoa.
the one that I thought up was which was pretty lame. It was like a Murder at 620, just some bullshit. I don't even know.
Some bullshit.
Hey, that could
But-
be your rap group.
There you go.
Yeah, we had really horrible ideas. And I don't know.
So Savagery finally stuck, and you released the first CD,
Bullet Belt Invasion.
Bullet Belt
remember.
Invasion,
Mhm.
and how many tracks are on that bad boy?
6.
Morgan, do you have Bullet Belt Invasion?
I can try to get it.
Yeah, and there was a song that we were writing like titled Bullet Belt Invasion, but it was too long and we just didn't end up writing it.
All right. Well, okay, that came out. You said in 2011.
11. Mhm.
Well, what came after that?
It was a 3-song demo called Strictly Confidential. And there was, songs, Semi-Classical Gravity, Strictly Confidential, and another song called Living Misconception. And those were, like, just different in terms of, like, I guess we were playing more. The
Yeah.
first songs were, like, songs that, like, we all just first started, like, writing. Because I had only been playing guitar for maybe about, like, a year or two when we released that. And my other friends, too, like Josue and Byron, too, like, we were only playing for a little bit. So it was just kind of, like, our first songs that we made. And
Yeah.
they were more, like, just fast, like, power chords and stuff. And the second demo was more, like, intricate, like, kind of techniques and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're slightly better than we were in the last one. So
So where were these recorded?
it was a studio called Studio 2020.
And
It's
both
in,
of those were recorded there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in Wicker Park. It was like this dude that we went to high school with. Like he like knew a guy. It was actually Marty. One of this dude that we know. His friend like he I guess records stuff, and he was like, yeah, I can give you guys a discount if you come to the studio that I recorded at. And I was like, yeah. So
Fuck yeah.
I do. I did find the album, so we can play Savagery, Bullet Belt
Yeah.
Evasion off of that.
it's a cool song.
All right. Well, you know what? To kind of, we'll see where the band started, and we'll go through progression. We'll play some songs off every CD
Yeah.
if we got them, and kind of show where you guys started and where you are now. Kind of
Yeah.
progression
sounds good.
throughout the show. So, Morgan, what was that track you wanted to play?
Savagery.
Nice.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
All right, let's do it. Savagery by Savagery
Off the album.
off the album Savagery. No.
No, it's Bullet Belt Invasion.
Bullet Belt. Bullet Belt.
Bullet Belt Invasion.
Bullet Belt Invasion.
I got your back, Luke.
Let's do it.
Take brutal savage hits. Savage savagery.
This is Frankie from the Bloodline, and you are listening to the Metal Experience. Metal.
And we are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze and the Chin Hair Knowledge, and we're sitting here with the guys in Savagery.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
super old school thrash track called
Savagery.
Brutal.
Off of the Bullet Belt Invasion CD, which was pretty sweet.
Did you ever make cassettes of those?
Cassettes?
Cassettes.
That would be pretty cool.
Get them on 8-track.
No, we never did. We just CDs. I don't know.
So you said the recording of that, it was
Floppy disk.
just all, floppy disk.
Ooh, I haven't had one of those in forever.
You guys just played all live, and then you just did vocals.
Yeah. So it was just, the two guitars and drum. We were just all played like the songs straight, and then after the music was recorded, and it was usually all in one take. And then after that, I just went over and did the vocals, and because we only had so it was 6 songs, and we didn't have that much money, so we're like, let's just try to knock out as many songs as possible, like in the shortest time possible. So
How long did it take you guys to record that?
maybe like 4 hours.
4 hours, 6
Yeah.
songs?
They're pretty. They're simple songs, and we would just play them over and over again. We had those songs for maybe about like a year or so before we actually recorded anything.
So you guys, by then, you guys should be
Pros.
masters of your domain.
What were some of the bands growing up that got you guys into thrash metal in particular?
Well, for us, it was just like I feel like I really liked a lot of like Kill 'Em All was like the first like metal like album that I ever heard. Like before that, I honestly, when I was younger, I didn't really like music. Like anything when I was like 12 or 11, like I kind of was like, I don't like what I hear on the radio. You know, like my mom and my brother, like they would always listen to like B96 and stuff. And it was cool, but I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would just hide. I remember I would hide in my mom's car when they would be playing that stuff. I was just like, But I started listening to like Jimi Hendrix and stuff, and then like the Beatles and Rolling Stones, and then I don't know, like I remember I was on like LimeWire, and I was just like looking
Back
up
in the
stuff, and then like I saw like I think it was like the Four Horsemen, like it was like a Metallica song, and I was just and I had heard like of the name, you know, when I was younger, but I never heard any of their music, and I guess it was from there like I just started listening to heavier stuff, and then like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden,
And it was because of you that Napster got turned down.
That was
Or
he
shut
said
down.
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
yeah.
LimeWire. Didn't LimeWire pick up right after Napster? It was just loaded with viruses.
You
Sounds
betrayed
about
your
right.
influence in
It was that
Metallica.
scary thing that your parents told you to stay away from because they knew that viruses were just going to leak into their computer.
Oh my goodness! And Gus, what about you? What we're gonna get more into you, like your backstory.
Sweet.
We're just gonna get a quick.
We're just getting deep
we're getting
inside of you
the
today,
full
Gus.
band.
I am ready for you guys.
But Gus, what got you into the metals?
Mine was also, I started with Metallica as well, but mine was Black Album influence because also my parents would listen to that, like, heavier rock type stuff, but it wasn't thrash yet. So for me, it was Metallica Black Album, and then from there, I knew as a kid, like, I liked this. So I started exploring their, prior albums. And
The back catalog.
Right, and Kill 'Em All got me, just the same as Braulio, Kill 'Em All got me. And then Rust in Peace from Megadeth, that was like what told me, all right, I want to do thrash.
I wouldn't even consider the Black Album a thrash
Yeah, definitely not.
album.
No,
It's
but it was
awesome
it was
sounding
a
Yeah, it's good stuff, but
interesting, intricate stuff. I can appreciate it more now than I did back then. Back then it was just because it was catchy,
yeah.
but now like you could appreciate like the intricacies of what they were trying to do. But that was the first step into heavier rock and
Metallica's the
Understanding
gateway
Metallica.
drug of
Right.
metal.
Yeah.
You get into them, and then you're always trying to find heavier bands.
Right.
That's
that's how it happened.
the gateway drug. Now, really quick, favorite Metallica album? Go, Braulio.
Kill 'Em All.
Kill 'Em All.
And
Gus.
Justice for All.
Injustice. D.
I gotta go kill them all.
No, don't do this to me.
Morgan, favorite Metallica
I'm gonna say it's Saint Anger for her,
It's not.
Saint Anger.
or Reload.
Oh
Or
no,
Lulu. You
it's
got Lulu?
Reload.
Reload
I
is
was
your
right.
favorite Metallica album?
I
Go
am not.
punch. Go punch yourself.
give me fire, give me double chance.
Go punch
I
yourself in
loved
the head.
Devil's Dance. That was like my song.
Oh my
I
goodness.
loved it.
For me, it's a split between Injustice and Ride. Those two albums
Oh,
are just.
I
so
I
good.
did like Ride the Lightning
I
a lot.
forgot Master. I do have a deep spot in my heart for Master of
I just
Puppets.
love that progressive sound they were getting from Injustice for All. Like it was so different.
It's
And
so
to me,
heavy.
it was the epitome of what their potential could have been.
Believe it or not, I
That was-
used to hate that album.
That is their heaviest album. And Ride the Lightning is just so good.
Gotta go, yeah. Kill them all, Master.
Oh, all
Garage
right.
Inc.
So
cover album.
We're back to Garage Inc. Morgan's favorite Metallica album.
Reload.
What?
Shut up.
a
Hey,
punk.
for a while I know it was Saint Anger for
I
her.
like Saint Anger. It wasn't my favorite.
What?
I like
Anger
Saint
had
Anger.
like
Yeah, but
half,
I
of,
like
half of a
Saint
good
Anger.
song.
You have a Saint Anger like tattoo.
No.
The
No.
fist, the fist thing. Your favorite album for a while was Saint Anger.
No, Derek's making shit up.
She used to always talk about Invisible Kid.
Invisible Kid is probably the worst song ever written. That song is so terrible. Well, anyway, moving on. Back to Savagery. The second CD you guys put out, Strictly Confidential, you said it was 3 tracks.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and rock? We're gonna play one track off of all the CDs, and then we're gonna play all the tracks off the newest stuff, just to get the progression of Savagery. And
from the birth
to
to now.
So Strictly Confidential, you said that came out when?
It was like, I believe it was like March 2012.
Okay, so the following year, and then it was recorded the same place.
Yeah. Initially we were gonna record at this I think it was like Tribeca Flashpoint. It's like a recording school, I think. But we were there, like my guitarist Byron, like he met this guy that was like doing like a student project there, and I guess he needed a band to record. So he was like offering us free studio time. So we're like, yeah, let's go in there. And we had recorded 3 songs and also like some other songs like some that we had already. And basically we didn't end up liking how it sounded. The guy was cool, but his I guess his ideas were kind of different than ours. He wanted like a bass drop in one of our songs. It was so funny. He's like, dude, what if like right after that riff we put a bass drop in? We all just did the let's get out of here. So then we just went back to Studio 2020 and just redid the songs.
We play thrash metal. There are no bass
Yeah,
drops.
He was a nice guy, but I don't know. It just wasn't for us.
That's funny. So you guys went back to the same studio. Was it the same recording style? You guys played live, and then you did the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or actually, this time it was. I think I did because most of the songs in that one I had written, so I just did 2 rhythm tracks.
Okay.
And then other guitarist he did the leads, and then the drums. It was a bit separate instead of like doing like kind of like the live. Kind
So
of
in the first CD, did you do all the leads, or do you guys switch them off, or?
we switch them off.
Okay.
Depends. Like sometimes like I have a better idea, or he has a better idea. Like whatever sounds best, that's how we do it.
Very cool, very cool. Well, what track do you want to play off Strictly Confidential, or do we only have?
The one that was sent was semi-classical Gravity.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. All right.
That's the nasty one.
That's the nasty one. All right, let's do it.
I can't wait to stink it up.
Classical Gravity off of Strictly Confidential. This is Savagery on Metal Experience.
Watching the people sleep goddamn right.
This is the Metal Experience, and now back to Morgan and Luco.
Woo! All right, we just heard Semi-Classical Gravity by Savagery. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge.
Hi.
And that was off of the Strictly Confidential EP. And that was fucking tasty. That was riff-tastic.
Yep.
So the little story we were talking about while we were listening to that song is, break that down for me. You saw on Metal Archive something about Diamond Plate.
Yeah, then I guess Conrad, they were like, yeah, Conrad puts so many riffs into like each song, and he's an awesome guitar player. But I was just like, I could do that as well. You know, I can do that too. I can put. So I purposely, like, for those songs, like, we were just like, we had that mindset of let's just put as many like just nasty riffs as we could as possible. And I think the song Strictly Confidential, that one has like I think 28 riffs, and it's just a bitch to play.
28 riffs.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How much does a regular how many riffs does a regular song have?
I don't know.
Like 5?
And that
I wanna
money
say, like,
riff.
7.
It depends. Like
7?
Depends. Like I guess I feel like catchier songs that have less riffs because they kind of
Like
repeat
3.
more chorus.
Well, they got to have that money
3
riff, as Phil
riffs.
Anselmo calls it. The money riff.
3 riffs, and you put 28 in there.
Yeah. It's just,
28 of the tastiest riffs. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's keep on going on. So we just heard Strictly Confidential. What was the next CD you guys put out?
It was a hard merchandise, and this wasn't. This was like we took like a year off, and then it was in 2013 that we released it.
So it was called Hard Merchandise?
Yeah.
And how many tracks were on that?
I'm trying to think. I think it was 6, but we had re-recorded the song M60 from Bullet Belt Invasion, and also Semi-Classical Gravity, but we didn't really like how it turned out. Like the guy that we recorded with, it wasn't in the same studio as before, and this guy so we don't really when we record stuff, we don't record with a metronome because we don't really practice with the one. We kind of go by feel and just how we're like playing and stuff. So this guy was like adamant that we had to like play to a click track and stuff, and I feel like that kind of threw us off a bit. Like the songs, the new songs that were recorded for that, they sounded good, but when we recorded the old songs, it kind of made them sound a little bit weird, I guess, just because they were recorded with, I guess, a different feel.
Yeah.
Not to like a click track, because we don't know the tempos like to our songs.
Just
Like
fast as shit.
that, sometimes they're really fast, sometimes it's slower. You know, so we're not really sure. You know.
It's
And
just jamming.
yeah, it's
thrashing.
pretty much, yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So where was this recorded?
It was in this guy's basement. His name, I think it was like Word of Mouth Recordings. That's what like
I've
his-
heard of we've had some bands on that I've recorded with
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Well, all right. So 6 tracks, and that was, you said, around 2013.
Yeah.
And during this, you guys were playing shows, doing all that good stuff. What were some of the most memorable shows leading up to that CD?
Well, actually, so before this, we released the music. I was sick. I was diagnosed with leukemia.
What?
Yeah. So it's cool. It's pretty cool. Like we recorded I wrote most of the songs like while I was in the hospital. So I had to be in a hospital for like 6 months. So I had most of the ideas already. And my guitarist Byron, he had some riffs too. So they would come. Him and Josue would come visit me in the hospital, and we would kind of like work out.
Have a
songs
jam
and stuff.
session?
Kind of, yeah. Like they let me bring we couldn't have amps in there, but I had a little mini Marshall, so we would kind of hook it up, and we're like, yeah, that riff sounds cool. So it was kind of cool, you know, it was fun. But yeah, so that's how we wrote all the stuff, basically like in a hospital. And then a week or two after I was released, we were recording the stuff.
Damn.
So yeah.
And that was for Hard Merchandise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And-
Yeah, before that it was probably like a good like 7-month gap that we actually like took.
Like a kind of hiatus, but also just still writing. And
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
If you haven't seen the cover of that album, it's pretty fucking awesome.
What
Yeah.
is the cover of that album?
It's our mascot, the Amazonian woman, and she's like holding like some dude's head, and like it's pretty cool. It's like it's like in the Amazon rainforest. Like it's supposed to be like an emo kid's head.
Nice.
It's basically like because it was like a revised version of our first one, which was the same kind of concept, but she just looked more savage. And it was a different artist, but
Savage.
she was holding like an emo kid's head over like her shoulders basically. And
Those were the days.
yeah, and we did that primarily because when we first started playing shows like in Pilsen and stuff in 2011, it was like back then it wasn't as many thrash metal bands. It was more like a lot of the kids like more like metalcore stuff, and they were kind of into like they all looked like emo like scene kids and stuff. And I remember they hated us. They actually it's a funny story. We were playing and the band before us, like everyone was just going crazy for them. There was a whole bunch of kids there, and then when we started playing, no one was moving. They were just kind of looking at us weird, and I was just like, "What? Is it because we're not playing like I guess like any breakdowns or whatever?" And they started throwing like firecrackers at my feet and stuff.
What? Throwing like the little poppers?
Yeah.
Not like firecrackers blowing up.
I think he's.
Oh,
good
they
too.
just started throwing stuff at me. It was funny.
Jeez.
But then after that, they liked us. So. It was interesting.
Very cool. Well, I mean, not cool, but I guess also
It's
cool.
funny now. Yeah.
So, this CD, Hard Merchandise, what are we going to play off that?
What you guys want to play?
Play hard merchandise.
Hard
The
merchant.
titular track. I like it. All right, we're going to play
Was
hard
this still a demo or is this like an EP or something?
6 songs.
This was like our first EP. Yeah.
So, Hard Merchandise off the CD Hard Merchandise by Savagery. Let's do it!
Fear embedded in the minds of those who do not think. Their only contribution, my lifeless life. I always get the hard merchandise. You set the bounty, better be willing to pay the price for pain. Better pay it now, or an enemy of gain. Reputation to maintain. The going movement, that's my game. It's all in terror in their hearts. You've got the glance, call my name. It's nothing personal. Don't try and run, you're being trapped. Hiding won't do much good, so try to ease way to trap yourself. Into the cargo bay you go. You're worth more alive, I'll make it with the last one I like you. Don't trap me, I want ya!
Hey guys, we're coming to rest.
Hey, what's up?
We're coming We got a new album that's out right now. It's called Blacklist. Make sure to check it out. You are now listening to The Metal Experience. Bang!
And we are back. We just heard some hard merchandise by Savagery off the EP called Hard Merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
And it got Luco really hard.
Got me hard. My merchandise are real hard.
I was about to say that.
He's smuggling a small
Got your
package.
merchandise hard.
Oh.
I am Luco Blaze, Morgan Danielle, the Chin Hair of Knowledge, and that was another Savagery track. As we keep on going down, we're playing some
Memory
tracks
lane.
we're going down memory lane, playing tracks off of every Savagery CD.
Because it's a Savagery kind of night.
But it's a quick pause time, and it's about time we hear from some Derek.
Yo.
Morgan, play that shit.
I don't have much tonight.
Time to sit back and relax and listen to the one that the metal gods themselves gave us. It's time for the heaviest of them all, the Chin Hair of Knowledge.
Hey, Luco.
No.
I got random news and random news. What do you want to hear?
I want to hear tour news.
I don't have tour news because it's the third of the year. There's no tour news
random,
going through.
Random news then.
Okay. I've only got 4 things. Which would you like to hear first?
The third one.
Okay, so the band Vector has announced that every member besides their vocalist have left the band.
Are they still a band then?
Apparently he writes all the stuff, right?
Yeah. And he said he will continue Vector with a new lineup, but no word on yet who is joining the band.
Well, that's interesting.
Let's go join Gus.
Clone technology is getting.
You're gonna join Vector? All right. Well, give me the what was the second one?
So the Swedish black metal band from Sweden, Swedish death Necrophobic, they have announced that their former guitar players Sebastian Romsted and Johan Bergbach have returned the band following the split with their guitarist of 5 years, Fredrik Folkar.
That's fucker.
Yes. But yeah, that's about it.
All right. What was the first thing?
Morgan might like this. So the Damn Things, they have it's the supergroup featuring members of Anthrax, Volbeat, Fall Out Boy, and Every Time I Die. They have announced as of today that they have more than enough songs for a brand new EP.
I can't wait.
7 years after their debut album came out, and a lot of people
It's really
thought
been 7
Yeah,
years.
2010.
I couldn't believe it too when I read that article. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, a lot of people thought they broke up, but I guess they were just on
Everybody
an extended
had so
hiatus.
much stuff going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was just a side project.
yeah, but like if you go on like the Metal Archives page, it says like Rob and Scott were ex-members of the Damn Things and everything else. So a lot of people thought they broke up.
Lies, oh lies!
Did you get points from that?
Wait, which
From
members of
posting it?
Anthrax were these?
Rob
Ian.
and Scott Ian. But now Rob's now in Volbeat, so that's why I said Volbeat members.
He was in Anthrax before, right?
Yeah.
Who's in Anthrax if he's not in Anthrax?
It's the bass player Shadows Fall.
Yeah.
Wait, and he's playing guitar?
He's playing guitar.
That's
in Anthrax?
no, not the no. Rob was the guitar player. Yeah, it's the guitar player Matt, who's of Shadows Fall, who's now in.
That's been that way for a while.
Yeah, when Maureen and I saw him, he was.
Wait a sec. Wait.
When you saw them with.
So you're telling me the bassist from?
No. I was completely wrong. It's the guitar player Shadows Fall. He's in. He's in Anthrax.
Okay.
And Rob was the guitar player of Anthrax, and now he's in Volbeat.
Is Shadows Fall a band anymore?
Apparently so. They have like no shows coming up, but they, I guess, took a hiatus like 2 years ago and said they're still playing, but everyone else is in different bands.
Okay.
Because their bass player's in that Art of Defense with Chris Broderick from Megadeth.
Oh, yeah.
And then Brian Fair, he's got other stuff going on, and
He was in that Ray Gun band, right?
yeah,
Morgan?
Death Ray Vision.
Death Ray
and then
Vision.
Jason Bittner was in what is the band?
It's okay. You can tell me.
He's now in Flotsam and Jetsam, but
Really?
he was in why can't I think of the band? There's only 2 or 3 albums that came out.
Well, while we get back to it, what is the fourth bit of random news?
I guess there's a new supergroup that features Thomas Lindbergh of At the Gates on vocals, Adrian Erdelson from At the Gates and the Haunted on drums. Jonas Stahlhammer from Bombs of Hades and God Macabre on guitar. And Frederick Wallenberg from Skit System on guitar. And Andreas Axelson from he's ex-Marduk and ex-Edge of Sanity on bass. They formed a band called The Lurking Fear.
Jeez.
And it's with the goal of bringing sheer natural weirdness and horror back to the scene as they want their death metal ugly, twisted, and possessed.
Okay.
I'm taking the words directly from them.
No, Derek wrote that.
Yes, I did.
And you got a band
Of course.
for us tonight. What do you got?
This band I wanted to do a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or so, but we didn't have a show when I wanted to do it. So I scrapped the plans and chose something else. But I brought it back.
This just in, Misery Index is working on a new album.
Sweet.
Cool. And so what is the band?
The band is called Dishammer from Madrid, Spain. They're kind of like crust and thrash.
Crusty Thrash.
Yeah.
And what are we playing tonight?
The song is called Under the Sign of the D-Beat Mark.
Love it.
Well, all right. Let's do it.
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good. Fuck you! Will you wear the blood?
And we are back. I just played Under the Sign of the TP Mark.
Of the TP Mark?
Yes, the TV. No, it's Under the Sign of the D-Beat Mark by Dishammer.
All right. Where are they from?
Madrid, Spain. And unfortunately, they're broken up now.
Aww.
2011.
Well, I am Luca Blaze, Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge.
Yo.
And we're still rocking out here
Still.
with Savagery.
Still with Savagery. It's a Savagery kind of night.
Let's keep on going. So, after Hard Merchandise came,
Yeah.
what CD was next?
The next one was in 2014. That was like, I think like December-ish. Going into January was our EP, Out of Line. There was a different like approach to like our songwriting. It was more like simplistic, and we had different influences. Like listening to more like hardcore stuff, and just
like what type of bands were influencing that album?
I was listening to a lot of Ringworm.
Nice.
Yeah. That was one band that I was really listening to. I was like in Colorado with my family, and I was really bored. So I was like, let's listen to some I was just listening to some other stuff, and yeah, so I was like, oh, this is pretty sick.
Well, they still got the thrash element in it too.
Yeah.
So it's not just straight hardcore.
It was more like, and I also love a lot of like punk. Like I love the Bad Brains. Like they're one of my favorite bands, and I've always loved them. And I guess it was more of that kind of influence stuff, more of like Cro-Mags too, like
Nice.
that kind of a feel.
So would you consider it kind of more like a crossover kind of record more than a thrash kind of record? Or?
Maybe. I mean, definitely. I feel like our first couple of releases were more like just thrash. But I've always kind of like try to keep like an element of this, like not strictly just thrash metal, just kind of less more like whatever comes to mind or whatever like sounds cool. You know, like we're not really like just strict like, oh, it has to sound like thrash metal. Like we're just like metal, but like I guess our main influences are like rooted in thrash and stuff, but we love like a whole bunch of different like kinds of metal and just music in general too. So it's whatever comes out sounds cool and it's just plugged in through an electric guitar, I guess.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Well, Out of Line, how many tracks are on that bad boy?
Only 4.
And where was that recorded?
Studio 2020.
So the same. You guys keep going back to the same guy because you like.
Well, we just like the freedom that we have there.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like. It was cool at word of mouth, but I guess he's kind of used to his own way of recording, which is cool, you know. So, but I guess we kind of are used to our own way of recording as well, you know. And at Studio 2020, we have like the freedom to do whatever we want, you know. If we don't want to record with a metronome or we want to do it a certain way, so yeah, it's easier for us to record that way.
Very cool. Well, you know what? Let's keep going. Let's play a track off of Out of Line. Morgan, do we have that?
We do.
Sweet. What track do you guys want to play off that?
Let's do Out of Line.
Out of Line, the titular track. All right.
I see where this is going. Is it going to be
Out of Line? Let's do it.
What do they do? You have your mouth. Raise the way I forget. Your separate way. And if you're gonna be here, you tough to say. Don't live with yourself. You're out of line. Trust me, you're playing out this play. For a day of forgiving. Hey, drown. I hope you're drowning on your guilt. And when you gasp for it, I took a sorrow in. You want to step through the version of sin. Now live with yourself, you're out of line. Trust me, you're playing out this play. For a day of forgiving. Hey! Manipulate, exploit for your own benefit. Lies on my front for forgiveness. You're with it. I saw you no mercy, drag you down. You're on a way. Take contempt.
Hi, this is Tony,
Ari.
Q, and Pat. We are Caduce, and you're listening to The Metal Experience.
All right, we just heard Out of Line off of the CD Out of Line by Savagery.
Hey, you almost
Luca,
rhymed.
I am Luca Blaze of Morning Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. And, all right, Out of Line, you said came out in December 2014?
2014, yeah.
And that had how many tracks on it?
It was 4.
It was 4 tracks, and that also was recorded at 2020 Studios. All right, well, let's keep going on. What was the next recording?
So the next thing that we released was just recent. It was Split with Smashed Potato. And this was I think we released it in November. I don't know the exact day we released it. I forgot. But it was November of 2016, so it was our most recent release. And
So like just recently.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we weren't planning on releasing a split, but we're actually working on our full length, which we're going to release in November of last year, you know. But I guess I don't know. We always talked about doing a split with Smashed Potato. Like they've been friends of ours forever, so we just kind of were like, yeah, let's just do a split, and then we'll save the full length for 2017. So
All
we have
right.
more time to write. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, you said you recorded the split CD somewhere else.
Yeah, so our tracks were recorded in a Bricktop Recording.
Now, did Smash Potato also record?
No.
Okay,
They recorded their own stuff.
Okay. So then, how did you guys even get hooked up to then do a split CD?
Well, it's always been like in the talks, like we're always like, yeah, we should do a split, like 'cause we actually played our first show with Smash Potato and Pick Champion, like the 3 bands. We had our first show. It was New Year's going into from 2010 going to 2011. It was like this dude, his name is General Patton. It was like all these Peace Fest shows. But yeah, like it was at his house, so it was like a New Year's show, and like Pick Champion played, Smash Potato played, and we were the last band, and we got there late. But it was their first shows as well. It was kind of cool. That's where we all met.
Damn.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we've been friends since then.
So the split CD, what made you guys go to a different studio?
We're just looking for a different sound, and I've always kind of wanted to record there. The guy there, his name is Pete Grossman. He had messaged me. It's funny, back in 2012, and he was like, yeah, like he liked our sound and stuff. He's like, yeah, I would love to record with you guys, and I was just like, yeah, it sounds cool, but I don't know. I guess I'm not sure if I forgot it. We just weren't writing stuff at the time, so I never really got back to him. But I was looking at other studios, and I was going through my messages, and I was like, hey, like I talked to him once. I was like, why not go there? And I've heard some other bands like they're from Chicago, so Harm's Way. They've recorded there.
They're signed.
Yeah, I forgot who else. Yeah, to Metal Blade recently.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Saw them with Terror and Power Trip.
Yep.
And they toured with, I think, Deftones, I think.
Jesus, God. help me here.
There's other bands I think that have recorded. I think La Armada maybe have recorded something there as well. So a lot of cool stuff, and I've listened to some of the stuff that like they've done there, and it sounds cool.
So then you guys recorded 3 songs for the split, right?
Yeah.
And then Smash Potato also did 3 songs for it?
Yep.
Is it just called Split? Or does it have a title? Or what is it?
Rumble in the Concrete Jungle?
Yeah.
Rumble in
Which
the
is a
Concrete
Smash
Jungle.
Potato song, right?
It's just like an intro. Like it's just.
Yeah,
I
they
think
always
Eddie did like a.
the little rap kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Rumble
Like
in the
a
Concrete
wrestling,
Jungle.
boxing type intro thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
So it's supposed to be like our mascot against mascot, like their mascot,
chicken.
Monster Cock Smashington versus the Amazonian woman. So it was like mascot versus mascot. It's pretty cool.
It's for your oranges.
Oh, I was like, what the heck? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Very cool. And, where can everyone, before we play a track off this, because you've been flying through these tracks, where can everyone find everything that is Savagery on the interwebs?
You go on our Bandcamp page, savagerythrash.bandcamp.com. We have all of our stuff on there for free. Like all of our music that we've ever recorded, it's all for free. And then we have like merchandise. And you can buy the physical CDs. They're like $5 and stuff. So
Nothing too crazy, but for rock and thrash.
But wait, we never asked. Gus, were you on this album?
No, I was not.
Not yet.
Well then, Gus, we're not talking to you yet.
Hey,
but soon.
Hey, I just had to ask. This gentleman's been very quiet tonight. So I figured I would just ask because I'm not 100% sure.
We got some good stuff in store.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
it'll come.
Well, and then you guys have any shows coming up?
Right now, we're having some stuff in the works, but we haven't really booked anything just because we're kind of still writing stuff for the full length album, and we're still learning like the songs, just getting everything down and
Gus is still learning the songs.
Holding stuff back.
Yeah, so we kind of want to make sure like we sound really awesome.
I'm completely
before we
ready.
come back. Yeah, and new songs as well. So,
and
new year, new me. So.
Gus just joined about a month ago, you said.
Right.
And so why don't we play one of the tracks off of the split with Smash Potato, and then we'll come back in. We're gonna get into Gus's backstory.
Find me.
Dun. What is one of the tracks you guys want to play off of the split? Rumble in the Concrete Jungle.
Can we do 2 songs?
Yeah,
no, we're gonna play
absolutely.
them all, we're gonna do one at a time.
Just play them all at once.
You want to play them all 3 together?
It's supposed to be heard that way. Nice.
All right, perfect.
How about How Venom Kills?
How Venom Kills.
Is that about the character Venom?
No. Well, the song is about Venom as an addiction, as addictions. Like, it can be alcohol, people. There's a lot of things that are addictions, bad habits.
Or a symbiote.
Eddie Brock.
It's more
symbiotic.
Symbiote.
It's addictive.
Yeah, so it's more like how those things can destroy you in a way, So much going on, but.
All right, so what was that called again? Because these Fulios are...
The Fulios?
What was the name of that track again?
How Venom Kills.
How Venom Kills. All right, let's do it. It's How Venom Kills off of the split with Smash Potato, and that split is called Rumble. Let's do it.
You're listening to the Metal Experience.
We've assembled a collection of bands who have drummers.
I do magic.
Well, it's easy if you try, Dick. Now sit back and listen.
We are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luke O'Blaze, the Chin Hair Knowledge, and still thrashing out with Savagery. That was another track that we just heard, this time off of Rumble in the Concrete Jungle, the split with another local Chicago act called Smash Potato, and that was called How Venom Kills. What?
And now we're gonna take it over to Gus.
Smooth jazz.
The enigma.
Now, Gus, you just joined the band about a month ago.
Right.
I need some backstory. So, how did you play bass? How did you originally start playing bass?
For me, it was my older brother. He was into like the Cure type stuff, and he wanted a bass player. So he was playing guitar, and he just wanted someone else to play bass. So he was kind of like, all right, well, you're going to learn how to play bass.
Did he buy you a bass, or you're like...
No, I ended up getting one for Christmas as a kid.
Okay,
so
there you go.
We could have asked for something else. It was just because your brother was like, "Hey, I need a bass player," and then you're just like, "Okay, I need a bass."
Or I'll kick your ass. Okay,
Right,
I'll get a
pretty
bass.
much.
So you started playing bass because your brother, jamming with your brother. And when was that? How old were you?
I was 13.
13?
Yeah, I was
The
older for
the ripe
starting.
old age of 13. And then, so what made the transition to get into the metals? You said Metallica, the Black Album earlier?
Right, yeah. It started with Metallica. I just started learning some of their songs. I joined a band maybe like 3 months into starting to play, but they were more into like System of a Down. I don't know, kind of like the newer metal stuff, and it just was not vibing with me. I thought it was cool and all, but it wasn't. I wasn't feeling it. And
What was the name of that band? Did you guys have a?
I think it was Victim.
Victim.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a transition from like trying to find what I like, because I was trying to listen to different stuff, and I tried listening to Slipknot and Korn, the new stuff that people my age were kind of listening to, and it was not. I wasn't feeling it. So it went back to Metallica, and then I went backwards in their catalog to like Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Justice for All. And I was just like, all right, this is what I like. And no one liked it at the time. Like I was in high school. This was around 2003. So I was at the time felt weird because I felt like I was a lone kid in high school who only liked thrash.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anyone else who
That's how I felt
who was,
too.
who was really
That's
into that.
how I felt too.
And I think there was a simultaneous thing around the country.
Are we related? Did we just become best friends?
John Stamos.
John Stamos. Oh man. So yeah. So in high school, and then you finally Metallica.
Right. Yeah.
The gateway drug. The gateway drug into metal.
So it was that, like Metallica into Slayer into Megadeth, and I was just like, all right, this is the kind of thing that I like. So I was the one kid in my high school with like long Thrasher hair with like the tight pants. Like I wanted to look like the 80s Thrasher type person, so I was like the only one. And then moving out of there, I really didn't start. Like I had quit that band. I wasn't feeling it, and then I was just on my own, like just learning, the classic thrash songs like, Raining Blood, like kids learn.
Hell yeah.
And I met some people who wanted to play Metallica cover stuff. I was like, that's right up my alley. I want to do that. And we just started playing local shows. This is a band called...
Was it just Metallica cover songs?
No, we were doing like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Slayer, some Pantera stuff. Our band name was Dead Reckoning. So we were just doing, it was basically just all covers. But, it was a fun time. It was a good experience, like learning, like, playing live for not the
And
first
just
time.
jamming with other people.
Right. And just seeing the crowd move because, these are local kids who, sometimes they aren't too into just original music. So they were, going nuts over, the Trooper and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
So after a while, we transitioned, that same group of people, we transitioned to starting to write original stuff. And we became a band called Yeti. And yeah,
I have a Yeti CD.
Yeah.
Play that
I got
shit.
it from fucking... it's at my house, but I just remember...
Back when we went to a show at Ye Old Town Inn.
At Ye Old Town Inn, or was it at the... in George and...
It was at Claus.
At Claus.
Yeah, it was probably
Someone gave us a Yeti CD. Back...
That was our first recorded material. It was like a 3-song demo.
When was that, Morgan? That was like 2011, right?
2012.
No, that was around 2010 maybe.
And 2013.
2011.
Well, regardless, someone handed me a Yeti CD.
Yeah.
It was me, probably.
It was probably you.
Handing them out.
We
And
probably saw you at Claus.
I probably met you before, Gus.
Oh my God,
I was
Gus.
probably like, fuck yeah, thanks.
So good to see you again.
I know, nice to meet you guys
Jeez. It's been so long. Did you do something with your hair?
Yeah.
It's the stash.
You look pretty.
It's the goatee. It's fuller than it was all those years ago.
There you go.
So you're in Yeti, and I remember because it was in yellow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. It was like a yellow spider web
Yeah.
demo. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I still got that motherfucker.
Has it been your sexy shower pick of the week?
You know what?
It has before.
It probably has.
So we had released that demo. It was sloppily recorded and not the best. It was our first demo, and then we ended up releasing an album, 9-song album, in what was that, late 2012? Late 2013. We had a CD release show. We released it in 2013. That was Act 1 Infinity. And then shortly after that, we ended up breaking up as a band.
So between that first demo and the full-length CD, satisfied?
I was really satisfied. I was actually really happy with how the full length ended up coming out. It was we transitioned into a lot of stages of music writing and styles. Tried to develop just our own thing.
Very cool. Where can people still find that? I would like to give that a listen.
Yeah, there's the entire album's on YouTube. Yeti Act 1 Infinity.
Yeti Morgan. I got a pen and paper. I was gonna say Morgan. Write that down. Yeti Act 1 Infinity.
It's still my favorite album of all time, actually.
I'll probably listen to that tomorrow at work. Woo woo! All right. So shortly after that, you guys disbanded.
Yeah, we
you
disbanded
said that was right
around
around
April of 2014 was when
Okay.
we disbanded. I didn't really work on music anymore after that. Like for a while, it was a difficult kind of like split up. Creatively as a. I mean, the reason for the split was there were a lot of reasons, but I think that mainly the guy we had gone to record just took so fucking long.
To mix everything?
Right, so to mix everything, to record everything. So it was just like he would have us come in for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Like that's not an efficient way to record, someone. And he had told us initially it was going to be like an hour. I mean, over a weekend that we could do everything, everything down. It didn't happen that way. So this was like right at the like our creative peak where we decided to record. So we had all our equipment there. We weren't able to play shows. We were just relying on him and his schedule to try to get everything done. Yeah. And it just kind of took its toll. So we played a few shows after the actual CD was released. We played with Akrasi Kauda. Oh, we played with you guys too.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Show.
We played a few shows with Savagery actually.
Where was that at?
That was at Juniors in Pilsen.
You said across the cow today, right?
Yeah.
Melvin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a cool show.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I wore my shirt to the airport.
Oh my god.
In Arabic font.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so shortly after the band split, I took maybe a year off from even playing music at all. Tried to start up a few other projects that ended up not going through. Around Halloween this past year,
2016
Halloween, one of our friends, Quixote, I'm sure you guys know.
I know
him.
Don Quixote.
Yeah, Don Quixote. He was throwing a Halloween show. He wanted a Misfits cover band. So I had done Misfits cover stuff previously, and he asked me if I wanted to play, and he said probably was going to be playing guitar. So I was like, fuck yeah, I want to play a show. It's been a really long time since I played, maybe like a year and a half since I played a show. And we got together and started jamming.
Jamming some Misfits.
Invited this one dude that I knew from high school. His name is Marty, and then we just got some dude that I had seen. Like he would post like videos of himself like singing like Danzig like Misfits songs. I was like, you want to try singing for us for like a one show? It was cool. It was a cool time. Man.
Yeah, it was a good fun show.
Who was this dude?
His name is Eric Castro.
Eric Castro, just fucking singing Danzig tracks.
I know him like from shows and stuff. But I was just like, hey, you want to try it? Like, so it was
nice.
Cool. It was the first time that I've played like in a cover band, or in another band besides. Oh no, wait, I played with Morgan. Never mind. Well, like cover like an entire set of just cover songs. It was really fun though.
Yeah, it was our first time playing together.
Yeah, it was
pretty fun.
Jamming and stuff.
So then, how did it? So that was in Halloween.
Yeah,
that was on Halloween.
It was like first base, and how do we get to third base?
So yeah, how did you guys get to Yes.
Home plate.
Well, I don't know. Well, we kind of needed like a bass player. Well, I mean, not kind of. We needed a new bassist. So we're kind of going through like just lineup stuff, and we had a guitarist that was Victor. He basically plays guitar, and like he was gonna be playing bass, but he wasn't really like liking playing bass so much, and it's a bit different. Like even though I don't play bass that much, like if I try playing bass, it's less strings, but it's still hard. Like so I'm not used to like playing like a bass. You know?
The different
Yeah,
length
the
of
feel.
strings, how hard you got to push down and stuff.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
There's a feel. There's
the
a
technique
feel
is
to
different too.
Oh yeah.
Like for this past stuff, for the songs for the split, I played bass on all the tracks, but it took me a while just because I was playing it. At first, I was the approach I had was just okay. I'm just gonna play like how I play guitar, but it ended up sounding really horrible. Like it was just really like it wasn't mixing well with the guitar, and I had to kind of like just change up the whole way I was writing it. So it was a process writing bass for it, but it came out good.
So then you were just like, hey, we need a bassist in Savagery.
Yeah, and we were jamming and stuff, and
Yeah, like we would kind of, in between Misfits on, just play a little, random shit here and there. And it sounded good. Like there was good chemistry and, stuff was clicking.
yeah, we would have to teach each other like the songs sometimes. Like we would come to practice and we're like, I forgot how to play this song. It was like, how many songs did we learn? Like 30?
Like 30 songs.
30
in
Misfits tracks?
In like
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah, so we were
They're
just
short songs, but it was just like intense. Like there was
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Very cool. Did you guys play only Danzig stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
I've got something
so then
to say.
you joined Savagery about a month ago, and now you're here.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and play another Savagery track off of the split Rumble in the Concrete Jungle? What's the next track you guys want to play?
Vibing the Hatred.
Vibing the Hatred. All right, let's do it. Savagery, Vibing the Hatred.
Hatred.
all right. And we are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze.
Danielle.
The Chinhara Knowledge and the guys of Savagery. And that was another track by the guys off of the Rumble in the Concrete Jungle split EP with Smash Potato called Vibing the Hatred. And I just realized something while we were on the break.
What? What'd you realize?
I don't know how I forgot to announce it or anything, but today is officially Derek's 1-year anniversary with the Metal Experience.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right, bro.
The first show he ever did was...
His first show was last year when Mechana came on for the first show of 2016.
That was his first show?
Yeah. Derek came on the start of last year. Right, Derek?
Sure?
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
some cake. We need some cake.
He started the new year off as
With a bang.
a new personality.
All right, well.
And I still don't have a bio.
Yeah,
Alright.
you don't. You need to work on that. 2017 resolution.
What was it? He still needs a what?
A bio.
on
A bio.
the website.
Oh, my. You still have a bio?
No.
Come on,
I'm just
boy.
an invisible person.
Come on, man.
Just as a smiley face guy with a thumb going,
I'm
coming
good with
soon.
it. I'm good with
Oh,
that.
my goodness.
No.
I don't know how to edit stuff, so I'll write you a bio and I will send it to you your way.
You guys are goofy.
Now that you don't have school anymore, college graduate,
Oh, no. Yeah.
with 3 degrees.
I have 4 degrees.
4
Thank
degrees.
you very much.
4 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know, it's about that time of the night. We got an unsigned band pick. We're going to blast some more metal.
Blast some ass.
Morgan, take it away.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found.
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right. This week we have from Kansas City, the band ELO. And I'm going to spell
Wait,
it
is
out
it
for
Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
It's Kansas City. This spelled EALO. And this track, I believe that's pronounced ELO. And the track is called Dragon Speaker. Let's do it.
Elos.
Justin, the vocalist.
Corey, also playing guitar.
We are survivalists. Here on the Metal Experience.
All right, we just heard ELO. That is spelled E-A-L-O from Kansas City, Kansas. And we just heard the track Dragon Speaker. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle and the Chin Hair of Knowledge. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to show me some Danzig video. And Burrito.
And Shakira. I love Shakira because I'm Colombian, so.
And we are still.
Shakira and I'm not Colombian.
We are still rocking out here with Savagery. Dirk, what are you doing, you fool?
Because you have Misfit stuff on. You all Misfit.
All right, just turn it off.
Hold on.
How do you say burrito? Is that what you keep saying? Sombrero.
All right, we are back with the Metal Experience.
Whoa!
I'm sorry, I had to play that.
Sombrero.
Robert De Niro.
I don't know.
Say Danzig in Spanish.
I don't know what the heck that was.
It was Danzig featuring Shakira. The hips don't lie.
Well, all right then. Well, we are still rocking out here with some savagery, some savagery, and so what does 2017 hold for you guys? We've played all of the old stuff, not all of it, but we've
touched on every album, even up to Rumble in the Concrete Jungle, which is you guys'
touched so hard.
latest split.
Yep.
So 2017.
So just basically like new lineup, just new music, new lineup, new music, new year, new us.
New us.
New Savagery.
Yeah, so we're just working on new songs, we have like a couple of song ideas written out, but we also kind of want to like just jam out some stuff, especially since we have Gus now. So put his ideas into like the mix and see what we can make, and we just want to make it like the best stuff that we've put out, like sonically and musically. So
very cool.
And the full length an idea that I kind of had was kind of centered around our mascot, the Amazonian woman. So it's gonna be like the setting is gonna be like the late 1400s, early 1500s, when the Spanish came to colonize like Mesoamerica and stuff, and she's an Amazonian woman, so like the time or where she's from is I guess like Colombia, like the tribe that used to that was in Colombia before the Spanish came, or one of the tribes is the Muisca tribe, so that's kind of where she's from and stuff. So I'm creating like a whole little backstory to her, and like basically like every song is it's almost like a concept album. So every song is kind of be like a certain time period, like there she's gonna be like battling all over like Mesoamerica, like fighting the Spanish and stuff, and
jeez.
Yeah, but she's gonna so it's a pretty cool. It's gonna be like a story and stuff, and there might be like comic books too, because
say what, girlfriend?
Yeah, our artist who draws our stuff, she does like online comics and stuff. So
give her a shout out.
Yeah, so shout out to her.
What's her name? How can people find
Deirdre. Her name is Deirdre. I forgot her last name.
It's not very good. It's not a very good shout out.
Find her on Facebook. She's cool.
Just find her on Facebook. Just look up Deirdre, and you're like, I don't know her last name. Just find her.
But she's a really awesome artist. I really like her style. Like she has like a really awesome like savage style of comic book art.
Savage.
But how'd you guys come up with your guys' mascot then?
It was an idea I had, and just I mean, she's like an Amazonian woman. It's like I love my I'm Colombian, half Colombian, half Mexican. So I don't know. I guess I just really like my culture. Yep. It's like I tie with my culture and stuff, So I was just like, why not make her? And I chose to make her like her instead of a guy, because that would be just too like I don't know. It'd be cool,
Too cliche.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's cool to have like a woman mascot and stuff, and she's awesome.
Yeah, I admire that actually.
Very badass. You have a mascot.
Have you written any tracks so far for the album?
There's like 4 tracks that I have written, but I'm not sure how many songs are gonna be on it. We're not really sure. So, and since we have Gus in now, like we kind of want to like just write more stuff, and then our other guitarist Byron, he's writing stuff too. So there's still a lot of ideas open, and some of those songs we might not even use them. Like sometimes that happens. Like there's times where we write a lot of songs and we don't even end up using them on like the recording. Like we either like write new stuff or like we take parts from those songs, and then that sounds better with something else that we wrote. So it's a process. So.
Very
Process
cool.
of elimination.
And again, where can everyone buy or find your guys, like all the hard copies? You have hard copies of all the CDs still, or just hard copies of some, or what do you guys still got floating around?
Yeah, we have like we still have hard copies of hard merchandise out of line, and we're working on making some CDs for the split and stuff, and yeah, but you can find that all on savagerythrash.bandcamp.com.
So right now,
I found you. I found you. Who made your artwork?
Yes, Deidre Ray Crouch. She's pretty awesome. She actually reached out to us the first time that we opened for Destruction. She really liked us, and she was just like, she's really cool. Like she was all like thrash looking. It was pretty. She's a pretty cool person. So she came up to us. She's all like, yeah, I do artwork and stuff, and that she wanted to like do some artwork for us because she really liked our music and stuff. And we're like, yeah, why not? And around that time, we didn't really have like artwork, so her stuff is the first stuff that we had on shirts and for our logos and stuff. And our logo is actually drawn by our drummer. He's a really great artist. He's just a little lazy. But he's a great artist, yeah. So he drew our logo and stuff.
Very cool.
What's been your favorite song to have written? And then, Gus, what's your favorite song that Savagery has made so far that you enjoy playing?
Favorite song that I've written? It's kind of a tough one. I really like, from the newer stuff, I really like How Venom Kills. I like that song.
That song was kicking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that song, the lyrics too, like it's about like, so How Venom Kills, it's like venom in terms of like addictions. Like addictions can be people, it can be alcohol, it can be drugs, it can be bad habits and stuff. But if and you're addicted to them, ultimately like you want that feeling, like it's like a bad, it's detrimental to you, but you still want it, So it's some personal experience and also like other things I see in the world and stuff. But yeah, I like that song. Another song I really like is I think Hard Merchandise. It's really fun to play. Helpless is another song from the demo EP Hard Merchandise. And, all of them are pretty fun to play.
He likes every single one.
What does Gus like to play?
Gus.
I'm really liking Out of Line right now.
Yeah.
It's one of the songs that we're learning right now with me. I don't know, like the thing I like about Savagery, I wouldn't have joined if I thought it was just like a typical type of thrash band, because I'm very against confining yourself into a specific genre and just kind of giving into generic-ism.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I didn't want something where I was gonna walk in and just be forced to kind of play, like typical just root note type stuff. I don't like that. Like I like freedom, and I like big atmospheric type sounds. So Braulio, when he approached me, he said to me basically like, you not have free reign, but like you can do almost what you want. And that to me was like a turn on musically. Like, all right, I'm interested in this. Like, I like this idea of taking this thrash sound and seeing what I can do to it. Because at this point, like, I'm not really at the time, like I hadn't really been too much into thrash anymore. Like, I was exploring other types of sounds, but in my blood is still thrash DNA. Like I can't picture me going up there on stage and playing something slow or something boring. Like I want to go up there and I want to fucking headbang and just go nuts.
Quintessentially thrash.
Right.
I feel like that's how our music is progressing too. Like it's like
like I see the progression that they're going in, and that direction is something that's really curious to me. Like
it's still rooted in thrash metal, but it's something like else. Like we have a lot of different influences too that we try to put into our music. So it's not like Gus was saying. Like I believe that too. Like I don't I wouldn't want to play something that kind of everyone else kind of plays. Like I like kind of like to put my own spin into it and stuff. Because then I feel like, what's the point? You know, if you're just doing what everyone else is doing.
And you could actually hear that on all you guys' albums, like how we transitioned from the first album up to you guys' split.
Yeah.
You can tell the sound kind of changed from like the very beginning roots all the way up to now, how you guys are with that 2016 release. So now it's like 2017 brings kind of another change kind of for Savagery.
Yeah, and the other thing that I really liked about them too is that it's a fucking absolute challenge to play their shit. Like I like that. I like feeling like I can't play this. There have been times like we're practicing, I'm just like, I can't fucking do this. I really think that I can't do it. But you know, you move forward and you got to.
You got to.
Got pushed through it.
But Gus, you haven't played a show yet with Savagery, right?
No, I've just played that Misfit show, bro.
So are you looking forward to it eventually?
I'm really looking forward to that. Like,
we might or might not be playing with Power Trip and Iron Reagan in March. So
I will actually be at that show. So if that's the case,
that might be our.
You better hurry up and learn all this shit,
yeah,
Gus. Well, very cool. Well, we got one more track off of the Rumble in the Concrete Jungle that we haven't played.
Yep.
What is that track?
So that song, it's called Sweet Thing. It's a different song. It's
Sweet Thing.
It's more of
like the ladies' man from Saturday Night Live. You're my sweet thing.
Tell them what it's about.
Yeah, that song. So it's really Motorhead influenced because I love Motorhead too. I have a
rest in peace, Lemmy.
Motorhead tattoo. The Born to Lose,
Live to Win.
Yeah. So I love Motorhead. I've always loved Motorhead. And so yeah, that song, like I said, I like playing different styles and stuff. And my drummer does too. Like, you know, we always write songs. We have songs that we've written that are not even like metal. It's just different stuff. So I guess this was a chance to kind of put something else that wasn't typically like just super fast or thrashy stuff. Just something. This is a song. It's a good song that we like. Yeah.
Very cool.
And it's about either killing the one you love or fucking the one you love. You decide. It's up to the listener to decide.
Well, you could do both, but whatever order you want to do.
All right. Well, Savagery. This one is Sweet Thing. Let's do it.
Scream my name.
Well, I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
And we are back.
In black.
Yes, with some crack. And we just heard Sweet Thing by Savagery off the split album with Smashed Potato called Rumble in the Concrete Jungle. This is the Metal Experience. I am the chin hair of knowledge with Luco Blaze and Morgan Danielle.
What?
But enough about me.
Take it away, Morgan.
Back to Savagery. Oh, I'm spitting some rhymes, son.
Morgan,
you
take it away.
Talking about that I had some announcements, and I do to start
What,
off
you do?
2017. I do. So let's start with Sons of Ra. They have a show coming up that they've just announced for February 24th that they are now doing a package for that you can get, and I'll tell you just a second.
Tell us now.
It is for $15. You get a shirt, a CD, a download card, and admission to the show, which is going to be at the Layers Club. Is
it the Liars Club?
Liars, sorry.
The Layers Club.
February 24th.
Sounds like a porno joint.
They're playing with Coyote Man, CMN in need.
Coyote
wait.
Man?
CM need your help. What?
What?
I don't know who that is. All right. Well, anyway, they are playing that show February 24th. So.
Oh, Morgan.
Buy that bundle. The Revival, they are a huge party that goes on every year, the weekend after Labor Day. They have released an album, CD, compilation.
An album?
Of bands that have been on their little party before, and you can buy it today. And every CD that is sold, a portion goes to each band on the CD. So there's tracks from Dead Horse Trauma, Goat Silk, Ditchwater, Praise the Fallen, Ides of May, On My Six, Chaos Ordinance, Solace, Consume the Divide, Gray's Divide, When Night Falls, Bare Knuckle Bullseye, One Steel Wound,
Bullseye,
and 5 Star Fools. And then every CD sold will also get a free wristband. So head to their Revival Party General Store on their website, and link is on their Facebook page as well for that compilation.
It's called Bookface.
An unsigned band pick of the week from not too long ago called Death by Fungi have announced that they are going to be doing a split album through
It's
Transcending
album.
Okay, through Transcending Obscurity, India, with the band Shepherd. So keep your
Very
eyes peeled for that coming out soon. Tanzan has a show coming up that they are selling tickets for with Moontooth and Astronoid. And they are going to be...
Moontooth and Astronoid?
Yeah, and they are going to be playing, it looks like, at Reggie's coming up here that you can buy tickets for. So you can buy tickets. They're going fast. It's happening February 6th. That's a Monday night. So hit them up if you want discounted tickets, and then you can see an awesome show. And then a show coming up with Bloodletter, who is actually going to be on our show coming up here on January 17th.
Say what?
2 weeks?
Bloodletter is playing with Withering Soul and...
It's a name I've not heard in forever.
Tenebrism.
It's okay. You can pronounce it correctly, Morgan.
Mekraba.
Wait,
Derek, say this for
pronounce that other one.
Give me a second.
10 what?
Yeah, I don't know this. Tenebrism? Tenebrism? I don't... English is not my first language.
What is?
I think it's Tenebrism.
Tenebrism.
Macabre? I don't know.
Macabre.
Macabre?
Okay, anyway.
Macabre?
They're playing this Thursday. Okay, I got it. Get out of here.
Macabre.
This Thursday,
spelled
January
different.
5th. It's 8 p.m. It's $10. They're going to be playing the Beat Kitchen. So be sure to check out
It's
Bloodletter.
pronounced Biat.
We have a
Biat.
review of the Bloodletter EP on our website under the Reviews in the Crypt section that Sean wrote not too long ago. So that's going to be an awesome show. And then last but not least, our friends at Atlanta's Burning is going to be playing Penny Road Pub this coming Saturday, January 7th. It's
Penty
at
Road.
7 p.m. It's $10. And
Panty
they're playing with
Road.
So-Called Saints, who have been on our show before, and the Most of Me, who are going to be on our show next week. So the Most of Me is coming down from Rockford. So come out and see them, support them. We're going to be hanging out with those guys, and they're playing with Atlanta's Burning So-Called Saints this Saturday at Penny Road Pub
I farted.
with the band Act
Twice.
Out Mutiny. So that is all I got for this week.
Very cool.
That was a lot. More than me.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
All right. Well, you know what? Savagery. We want to thank you guys for coming out tonight.
Yeah.
We know we've had to reschedule a couple of times, and we finally got you. You guys are always
And the first show of 2017
first
too.
show of 2017. You guys are always welcome back.
It'll be
Starting
in
off
the
good.
book forever.
Forever. And again, where can everyone find everything that is Savagery?
So you can just go to savagerythrash.bandcamp.com and you can find all of our merchandise and songs available for free download.
Boom.
Damn, you guys are generous.
And then where can everyone
For free.
For free. You guys still have some hard copies available too.
Yep, we do. Hard merchandise and Out of Line are still available in physical CD for $5.
So everything else got sold out of physical copies?
No, we just never made any other ones where we just passed out like demos and stuff.
Even the smashed potatoes?
Yep, it wasn't good enough. Nah, no, we just haven't. We just haven't made the CDs yet. We've been
need
kind of
vinyl for that.
lazy on that. Yeah,
You know, you gotta go cassette or
Very
8-track.
we're going to go for an actual DVD. It's gonna go in your DVD player.
What about Laserdisc?
Lazare Disca.
Come on,
It's gonna be a VHS.
VHS.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Dude, for some thrash bands, gotta go VHS.
And tonight we're gonna go out and we're gonna play
Whatever track you guys so
a track
choose.
from the first album. We're gonna go. So we've
The
gone,
Ale Bum.
We've started from the beginning. We've gone through the whole discography, and we're gonna go all the way back to the beginning.
The
We're going
Roots.
back to our roots.
The Roots. We're gonna play a track off of the Bullet Belt Invasion CD. And what was that track called?
It's called Amazonian Woman.
Amazonian Woman. And Morgan, who'd you say was coming on next week?
The Most of Me.
Very cool. Well, stick around. Stay tuned. Next
Stick
week,
around. We'll be here all week.
The Most of Me. Also, check out the unsigned band pick. ELO, that is that is spelled EALO. They were the unsigned band
had
pick
too much
this week. Too many kitty cocktails. And check out Savagery. Got a full length, hopefully coming out by the end of this year.
That should be probably out maybe in summer.
Damn.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then maybe some shows sometime soon.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely
With the
have some shows
debut
coming
of Gus.
Maybe even this
Gus.
March.
Gus.
Gus. Gus. Gus. Gus. Gus. Gus.
Woo woo. Not too many people get their name chanted. Actually,
I like that.
None.
Give
You're the
people-
first. 2017. Gus.
The year of chance.
The year first.
The year of Gus. Very cool. Well, we're going to go out to listen to Savagery's track off of Bullet Belt Invasion. And Braulio, what was that again?
The Amazonian Woman.
Nice.
Woo! All right, 2017. We're going to kick some ass.
And
This
take
is
names.
Amazonian Woman by Savagery.